behind my ear. But today's video comes courtesy of Nate Beauty. It sends over this gorgeous bob. I opted for a quick little ombre without having to do it myself. This is T1B30. I'll have the wig linked in the description box for you guys to check out. I'll have the wig linked in the description box for you guys to check out. It came in this beautiful package here. It was shipped via DHL. I want to say yes, DHL. It got here in like 2 business days. It could have been 3, but I think it was 2. And yeah, it's super gorgeous. It's pretty much ready to go. And what I like is that it's the perfect length for me. A lot of the times when I get a pre-made bob, because of my height, sometimes it's a little bit too long. Never really too short, but a lot of times it's too long where it needs to be trimmed up an inch or 2. And this is perfect for me because it's not like ear length or like nape length. It's like perfectly where I like mine to sit without like crimping or something like that. You can even customize it and kind of take it up in the back for a little bit more of an asymmetrical situation. So I'm absolutely loving the color selection. A T1B30, a DR30. The 30 color just always looks good on me. Gets me ready for the springtime. So I'm going to jump into the tutorial really quickly of how I trim the lace and kind of style this wig. It pretty much came ready-made, so I didn't have to do much. So here comes Nate Beauty in a clutch with the bomb wig. They sends over a cute little bob wig. Those are some really nice mink lashes. They also sent over a set of black wig caps and an elastic band. I believe that's a 1.5 inch elastic band. Can you guys see the body in that? So after I take her out of the packaging, yes, there's so much body. I had to slow it down for you guys. You might not be able to tell there, but that is bomb. So the wig is pre-parted. And flip it inside out, you have a comb in the back as well as adjustable straps. Have some lace in the back. You also have your 3 combs in the front. I broke a nail, so I'm trying to figure out how to point to it properly without flicking you guys off. So we're going to cut off the excess lace. We're going to add the elastic. I'm going to use what they gave, which is really nice. And you just measure from ear to ear and feel what feels comfortable. You do want to stretch it and not necessarily cut it to be exact, but kind of take off about a 1/2 inch to 2 inches, depending on your comfortability. I'm going to sew it on off camera. I've done this about 100 times and I still sometimes make it a little bit too tight. So if you do, just cut a few slits in there to kind of loosen it up for a quick fix. Now this is what the wig looks like on. As you can see, when it comes on super snug. It definitely would not have been that snug without the elastic. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to cut the lace off. I get this question often, and because I've done it so much, it doesn't seem to make sense, but I do remember when I first started out, I definitely was very nervous to cut the lace as well, so I kind of understand. So you guys see, I just brushed through the hair with my Denman brush. There were no kinks or tangles, didn't shed much at all either. This is a T1B30 if I did not mention, and I really love this color on my skin tone. So I'm going to clip or pull the hair back and clip it up so that I can show you exactly how to cut off the lace. Now normally on a day-to-day basis I will cut the lace off, like I'll just hold it off, the wig off in my hand and just cut it simply. But sometimes you can see what you're doing if you have the elastic on and the wig is on, and you know you're gonna pull it taut. So for starters, I just cut up the center and stop kind of where I wanted to start. I kind of pull on the lace going the opposite direction. If you kind of pull it taut, you can get exactly where you want with the lace. Some people like to leave excess lace. I always feel like when I do, I can always see it. But yeah, you just cut around. Can you cut the lace, cut into the lace? Absolutely. If you find that you want to mimic your exact hairline, you can cut into the lace and make any shape that you want. Also customize it by making sure that you cut the lace around your ears because the lace is meant to fit the biggest head and the smallest head. So if you're somewhere in between, you might find that there's excess lace that kind of covers and bulks around your ear. You just cut that, and if you cut it properly, it'll make the hair lay flat like so. This wig is not pre-plucked, but I definitely love the way the hair lays around the hairline. Very flat, smooth, not spiky or, you know, crazy. Just a very classy look. So if you are a beginner and you don't want to tweeze your lace, you definitely find that this wig will look good, you know, as is. So I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm just going to cut along the lace, kind of sort of mimicking my hairline. I didn't go too intense this time around. Awkwardly, I'm left-handed, and when I use my left hand as I'm doing now, it's hard for me to cut. I don't know, it's ironic because it's like I'm left-handed, you think this would be the easier side, but this is my harder side. So I was trying to get it to show you guys, then I had to end up switching hands because for some reason when I got right here it just wouldn't cut, and this is a fresh pair of scissors, so kind of got to use that right hand and kind of just go backhanded, I guess you would say. Also, I have my elastic band right there, so I didn't want to cut that off. Make sure you don't cut the elastic band off. If you do, you just have to re-sew it back on, no big deal, but of course who wants to do the same work twice? So that is going to look super tacky. If you're playing, laughing, dancing, and your hair, you know, flies back and somebody can see that, that's a no-no. So be sure to get back there and get it all. You can also move the elastic band over if you kind of want that to be a little bit more smooth. You can kind of see that little piece that flips over. It might not seem like a big deal, but when you lay your sideburns right there, if it's not perfectly cut, the sideburns are kind of like flip and bulk up, if that makes any sense. So if you want it to lay super flat and smooth, make sure you get all of that excess lace around the ear, including in the front where the sideburns are. And that's pretty much it. I hope that was super simple. You can do this on the mannequin head, which might be easier. Just take and put the wig onto a mannequin head and, you know, pin it down with the T-pins and cut and basically use the same technique. Also, I did not bleach the knots on this wig, so I'm going to be just using the same powder I've been using for a while. This one comes from my Morphe palette. I kind of like to go in between the hair and kind of lay some of that powder down so it kind of looks like you have scalp peeking through the hair a little bit, and this helps to make for a more natural effect. Normally I'll do this really quickly and then I'll go ahead and style the hair, make the baby hair, and then I'll go back and touch up, you know, wherever is needed. I do have a video coming up where I'm going to show you guys how to use the Sally Hansen's tanning spray that you use for your legs on your lace, and that actually is a really cool option as well. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed, turn on those notifications so you won't miss any more videos from me. So at this point you can see how well the hair lays against my skin. I'm just going to cut it down to a nice shorter length. The perfect length for baby hair, probably 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch long. Sometimes I'll do even shorter. Right there near my temple is kind of where it kind of is a little bit thicker. So I'm going to thin that out just a little bit. You guys know I'm very lazy when it comes to tweezing out my hairline, so I do just enough to get by a lot of the times. And I'm going to take my Old Faithful Got to Be Glue gel, and you guys have seen me do this a million times, but I like to just lay a nice thin layer along the hairline, and that's going to dry up and make the lace lay super flat and not move and super flawless. I kind of let that get tacky, then I go ahead and take the rat tail comb and kind of swoop some baby hair, and this works best for me. Something that I have to perfect is like right there, the sideburns kind of looks a little bit bulky. I still have to perfect that look. I know I have to thin it out a little bit more, trim it down a little bit shorter, so I'm going to take a break and then I'm going to go back to that, but for now I'm going to go to work on the other side, and that still looks great, right? Again, I do have to work on those sideburns and kind of perfect the look of how I do those, but trust, if you've been watching me for a while and have so many videos, you know my baby hair, my hairline has come a long way. So even when you have straightened hair, I know I say this all the time, but make sure you still run your flat iron through it. This is going to help to have a more flawless silk press look. I kind of went ahead and cut the sideburns a little bit shorter. And it's all about preference. Take your time with your hair and just make sure that you just, you know, slowly but surely perfect it to your liking. And that's pretty much it. I have the details on this wig all in the description bar, as well as a link to purchase. This T1B30 looks so good, and as you guys can see, it has so much movement and so much body. I kind of showed you guys when I first took it out of the packaging how it already had this movement in this body, but of course I kind of bumped it with the flat iron just to get rid of the kinks that came with like shipping and handling, and how it kind of, you know, it's packaged so it kind of crimps a little bit. I find that even when it's not crimped or anything from packaging, it's still good to just go ahead and run a flat iron through the hair to kind of give it a little bit more of a sleek touch. But this wig is going to be so perfect for spring. I absolutely love it, and it was easy to style. It really wasn't much to do. You can, like I said before, you can take it up in the back and kind of make it a little bit more asymmetrical. I think that would be really fun and sexy. You can also add some curls to it. This is a lace front wig, so if you want to switch it up for daytime, you can kind of put a top knot, or you know how I do the little ponytail up top, or you can put some braids in it. You can do so many different things with this wig. So again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to check out Nate Beauty. I have all of the information in the description bar. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.
What are you talking about?
And as always, I'm going to see you in that next one. Yeah.